Right now, our society is going through a devastating set of circumstances that is unlike probably anything that any of us have seen in our lifetimes. The current pandemic has caused unemployment on a scale and a disruption of lives in a way that none of us have seen before, and certainly is unique in modern history. The byproduct of this is that many people are suffering from various aspects of fear, anxiety, depression, mental illness as a part of this, as people are trying to cope with the pressures that are created by the current pandemic. But what if I could tell you that there was something that has been shown in study after study, not just one or two studies or even a few dozen studies, but hundreds and even thousands of studies to have the following list of benefits for people. It makes them less likely to experience anxiety. It makes them much more likely to feel hopeful and optimistic about the future. It makes them half as likely as others that don't use this to feel lonely and isolated. It causes them to live longer, almost 3 years on average. They sleep better. They're at lower risk for depression and suicide. They have more stable, happy, and sexually satisfying marriages. They have lower blood pressure. They have boosted immune systems. Seems like that could be helpful right now. They have a larger and healthier social circle and a greater support system for moments of crises. They do better in school. They are happier compared to the general population. They feel more connected in their lives, and they even have lower risk of cardiovascular disease and cancer. That sounds like a miracle cure, does it not? And you might be surprised to hear that the one thing that has been shown to produce all of these positive outcomes in study after study is regular church attendance. Now, obviously, I have a vested interest both as a Christian and as a pastor of a church. But I submit to you today that during this season in which we see a rising need for the church, unfortunately, our governments have determined that church attendance is a risk that is not worth taking. But I want to challenge you right now to recognize that the facts don't really align with that narrative. And I believe that it is time for our churches to begin to open up, and so that we have an opportunity to meet the needs of hurting people right now. I believe that now more than ever, people need what the church can offer. I recognize that as we open churches back up, it's going to require some changes in the way that we do operation and some protocols to help to keep people safe. But I also believe that those efforts are worth making in order that we can serve the hurting and the vulnerable in our communities. So I want to challenge you today to contact your local representative in government and let them know that you want to see churches reopened. I believe that together we can make a difference. We can rise to meet this challenge, and we can see lives that have been heading in a downward spiral rescued and turn back towards health, happiness, and wholeness. I believe that God is the answer, and the church can be the vehicle that can help to reach people who are hurting. I'm Pastor Dustin Abbott from Emmanuel Lighthouse United Pentecostal Church, and I, for one, place my vote to see Ontario churches reopened.